I'm glad you're here with me, and we're gonna have a sort of a prayer meeting. My name is Jonathan, and I'll be your host for the next half hour or so, or if that. And I'll say some prayers, and maybe you can join me in your thoughts, and then we'll do a little activity together, and then it'll be your turn to say some prayers, and then we'll sort of wrap up the meeting. So I'm going to start with a prayer that I normally sing, and I'll just start with this prayer here. So, O Lord my God, open thou the door, provide the means, make safe the path, and pave the way. For verily thou art the help in peril, and the self-subsisting. Whoa. O Lord my God, open thou the door, provide the means, make safe the path, and pave the way. For verily thou art the help in peril, the self-subsisting. Ya Bahá'u'lláh, Ya Bahá'u'lláh, Ya Bahá'u'lláh. I just want to explain that last part of the song. Ya Bahá'u'lláh is an Arabic name, and some people call it the greatest name. It's a name for God, but it's really a form of the greatest name. And my limited understanding is that Ya means something like O, Baha means something like glory, and Ol means of the, and Abha means all glorious. So literally it's pretty close to meaning, O glory of the all glorious. But in my little corner of the universe, it means something like, God, I really need your help right now, and I really could use some assistance here, and would you please help me? And whenever I'm in difficulty, or I don't know what to say or do, I say Ya Bahá'u'lláh, either out loud or in the silence of my heart, repeatedly over and over again, until either something happens or I am inspired to say or do something. And I also use Ya Bahá'u'lláh throughout the day to strengthen my spiritual path, to strengthen my connection with the divine. And that's what I use it for. So I'm just going to say some prayers now, and you can join me in your thoughts. My God, my adored one, my King, my desire. What tongue can voice my thanks to thee? I was heedless, thou didst awaken me. I had turned back from thee. Thou didst graciously aid me to turn towards thee. I was as one dead. Thou didst quicken me with the water of life. I was withered. Thou didst revive me with the heavenly stream of thine utterance, which hath flowed forth from the pen of the All-Merciful. O divine providence, all existence is begotten by thy bounty. Deprive it not of the waters of thy generosity, neither do thou withhold it from the ocean of thy mercy. I beseech thee to aid and assist me at all times and under all conditions, and seek from the heaven of thy grace thine ancient favor. Thou art in truth the Lord of bounty and the sovereign of the kingdom of eternity. O compassionate God, thanks be to thee that thou hast awakened and made me conscious. Thou hast given me a seeing eye and favored me with a hearing ear. Hast led me to thy kingdom and guided me to thy path. Thou hast shown me the right way and caused me to enter the ark of deliverance. O God, keep me steadfast and make me firm and staunch. Protect me from violent tests and preserve and shelter me in the strongly fortified fortress of thy covenant and testament. Thou art the powerful, thou art the seeing, thou art the hearing. O thou, the compassionate God, bestow upon me a heart which, like unto a glass, may be illumined with the light of thy love, and confer upon me thoughts which may change this world into a rose garden through the outpourings of heavenly grace. Thou art the compassionate, the merciful, thou art the great, beneficent God. O my Lord, and my haven, my God, and my haven in my distress, my shield and my shelter in my woes, my asylum and refuge in time of need, in my anguish, my solace, and in my solitude, a loving friend, the remover of the pangs of my sorrows, and the pardoner of my sins. Wholly unto thee do I turn, fervently imploring thee with all my heart, my mind, and my tongue, to shield me from all that runs counter to thy will, in this the cycle of thy divine unity, and to cleanse me of all defilement that will hinder me from seeking, stainless and unsullied, the shade of the tree of thy grace. Have mercy, O Lord, on the feeble, make whole the sick, and quench the burning thirst. Gladden the bosom wherein the fire of thy love doth smolder, and set it aglow with the flame of thy celestial love and spirit. Robe the tabernacles of divine unity with the vesture of holiness, and set upon my head the crown of thy favor. Illumine my face with the radiance of the orb of thy bounty, and graciously aid me in ministering at thy holy threshold. Make my heart overflow with love for thy creatures, and grant that I may become the sign of thy mercy, the token of thy grace. the promoter of concord amongst thy loved ones, devoted unto thee, uttering thy commemoration, and forgetful of self, but ever mindful of what is thine. O God, my God, stay not from me the gentle gales of thy pardon and grace, and deprive me not of the wellsprings of thine aid and favor. Neath the shade of thy protecting wings, let me nestle, and cast upon me the glance of thine all-protecting eye. Loose my tongue to laud thy name amidst thy people, that my voice may be raised in great assemblies, and from my lips may stream the flood of thy praise. Thou art in all truth the gracious, the glorified, the mighty, the omnipotent. O my Lord, thou knowest that the people are encircled with pain and calamities, and are environed with hardships and trouble. Every trial doth attack man, and every dire adversity doth assail him like unto the assault of a serpent. There is no shelter and asylum for him except under the wing of thy protection, preservation, guard, and custody. O thou, the merciful one, O my Lord, make thy protection my armor, thy preservation my shield, humbleness before the door of thy oneness my guard, and thy custody and defense my fortress and abode. Preserve me from the suggestions of self and desire, and guard me from every sickness, trial, difficulty, and ordeal. Verily thou art the protector, the guardian, the preserver, the sufficer, and verily thou art the merciful of the most merciful. O God, thou seest my weakness, lowliness, and humility before thy creatures. Nevertheless, I have trusted in thee, and have arisen in the promotion of thy teachings among thy strong servants, relying upon thy power and might. O Lord, I am a broken-winged bird, and desire to soar in thy limitless space. How is it possible for me to do this, save through thy providence and grace, thy confirmation and assistance? O Lord, have pity on my weakness, and strengthen me with thy power. O Lord, have pity on my impotence, and assist me with thy might and majesty. O Lord, should the breath of the Holy Spirit confirm the weakest of creatures, he would attain all to which he aspireth, and would possess anything he desireth. Indeed, thou hast assisted thy servants in the past, and though they were the weakest of thy creatures, the lowliest of thy servants, and the most insignificant of those who lived upon the earth, through thy sanction and potency, they took precedence over the most glorious of thy people and the most noble of mankind. Whereas formerly they were as moths they became as royal falcons. Whereas formerly they were as brooks, they became as seas through thy bestowal and thy mercy. They became, through thy most great favor, stars shining upon the horizon of guidance, birds singing in the gardens of immortality, lions roaring in the forests of knowledge and wisdom, and whales swimming in the oceans of life. Verily, thou art the clement, the powerful, the mighty, and the most merciful of the merciful. Lauded and glorified art thou, O my God. I entreat thee, by the sighing of thy lovers, and by the tears shed by them that long to behold thee, not to withhold from me thy tender mercies in thy day, nor to deprive me of the melodies of the dove that extolleth thy oneness, before the light that shineth from thy face. I am the one who is in misery, O God. Behold me cleaving fast to thy name, the all-possessing. I am the one who is sure to perish. Behold me clinging to thy name, the imperishable. I implore thee, therefore, by thyself, the exalted, the Most High, not to abandon me into mine own self and unto the desires of a corrupt inclination. Hold thou my hand with the hand of thy power, and deliver me from the depths of my fancies and idle imaginings, and cleanse me of all that is abhorrent unto thee. Cause me then to turn wholly unto thee, to put my whole trust in thee, to seek thee as my refuge, and to flee into thy face. Thou art verily he who through the power of his might doeth whatsoever he desireth, and commandeth through the potency of his will whatsoever he chooses. None can withstand the operation of thy decree. None can divert the course of thine appointment. Thou art in truth the Almighty, the All-Glorious, the Most Bountiful. I adjure thee, by thy might, O my God, let no harm beset me in times of tests, and in moments of heedlessness, guide my steps aright through thine inspiration. Thou art God, potent art thou to do what thou desirest. None can withstand thy will or thwart thy purpose. So I would like everyone who is experiencing this to have an experience. And the experience that I would like you to have is that of tuning in to the longing in your heart. And there is an image in one of the prayers that I said that helps me do this. And it is the image of the broken-winged bird. So if you can, I'd like you to tune into that image, and some of you may want to close your eyes as you do this. But if you can, I'd like you to picture that broken-winged bird and in your mind's eye, and imagine how the broken-winged bird feels. You know, the bird wants so much to fly, so much to soar, but it cannot because it has a broken wing. And sometimes that bird is hurting because when you try and move the broken wing through your desire to fly, it kind of hurts. Maybe it hurts a lot. And if you can, I'd like you to imagine that you are that broken winged bird. And maybe you're hurting inside, and maybe you need to be healed somehow. And if you can, I'd like you to tune into that part of yourself that wants to be healed and to really soar. Not just in the sky, but far, far beyond the clouds and into the limitless space. And if you can, I'd like you to tune into that part of yourself that longs so much to be free. Now, when you pray, well, this is a very, very powerful force that's inside each of us, I believe, that longing in our heart. And if the only thing I can say about it is that the more attention you give to it, the stronger it becomes, and that it will take you on a journey. It will lead you somewhere. And I have a suggestion. When you pray, it's just a suggestion, but I suggest that you fill your prayers with all the longing in your heart. And whatever you find in your heart, express that through prayer. Like if you're sad for some reason, I believe sadness is really a longing for spirituality, because it's really a longing for the conditions that will make you happy. And I think human beings are happiest when they are close to God and walking on a spiritual path. Or maybe if you're angry inside, if you're hurting or something is upsetting you, I think it's very important to express that through your prayers. Because anger and hurt is really a longing for the conditions to be made whole again, to be healthy and to be good. And if you're feeling sad, well, sadness is a longing to be happy, I guess, and loneliness is a longing to experience the divine. Now, if there are maybe traces of self and desire in your longing, whatever you find in your heart, don't worry about it, because if you express that through your prayer, what happens is that you are creating a connection between you and God, and the harder you pray and the more you can put into your prayers, the stronger that connection will become. And then the more progress you'll make on the spiritual path, and then eventually you'll reach a point where if there may be traces of self and desire in your prayers, that they will just sort of fade away into the background, and you'll just be left with a pure form of longing and a pure form of desire to really soar beyond the clouds and into the limitless space and really be with God in your heart. So now it's time for you to say some prayers, and I'll just be silent for a while as you search your heart and say whatever you want to say to God, either in the silence of your heart or out loud. And you can pray in your own words, or you can use a prayer that's already written out, like I do a lot sometimes. But I also pray with my own words. And whatever language you feel that you want to pray in, that's okay. God hears everything, and and understands everything. So we'll just experience some silence right now while you find whatever is in your heart, and then express that. Well, I think that about does it for today. I just want to end with a song. It's called "Blessed is the Spot." Blessed is the spot, and the house, and the place, and the city, and the heart, and the mountain, and the refuge, and the cave, and the valley, and the land, and the sea, and the island, and the meadow, where mention of God hath been made, and his praise glorified. Blessed is the spot, and the house, and the place, and the city, and the heart, and the mountain, and the refuge, and the cave, and the valley, and the land, and the sea, and the island, and the meadow, where mention of God hath been made, and his praise glorified, where mention of God hath been made, and his praise glorified. Thanks for coming and sharing this with me. Take care.